Hey there, imagine this. You're a junior doctor, it's Christmas Day, and you're stuck managing an entire hospital ward all by yourself. Patients are collapsing, nurses are sprinting around with Roman IV drips, and someone's yelling about missing dentures while a drunk guy stumbles down the hall shouting for someone named Olive. You drop a tray of syringes, your scrubs are soaked, and you're wondering how your dream of becoming a surgeon turned into this chaotic mess. That's where Ali Abdaal found himself, a moment so overwhelming it forced him to rethink everything he knew about productivity. And that's where our journey begins today, diving into a book that flips the script on getting stuff done. It's called Feel Good Productivity, and it's all about doing more of what matters to you without drowning in stress or burning out. Let's start with the big idea. Productivity doesn't have to feel like a grind. For years, Ali bought into the hustle-hard mentality: work tougher, push through, suffer now to win later. It's the kind of advice you hear everywhere, right? Muhammad Ali's famous line about hating every minute of training but sticking it out for the champion's life. It's inspiring until you're the one slogging through endless shifts, barely sleeping, and still not keeping up. That Christmas Day disaster was Ali's wake-up call. He realized that working harder wasn't the answer. It was making him miserable and ineffective. Instead, he stumbled onto something radical. Feeling good could actually drive productivity, not just follow it. It's a simple shift, but it changes everything. So, how does this work? The book breaks it down into 3 big chunks: Energize, Unblock, and Sustain. Think of them as the fuel, the road-clearing crew, and the maintenance team for your productivity engine. We're going to dive deep into the juiciest parts, the stories and ideas that stick with you while giving you a quick taste of the rest. Ready? Let's kick off with Energize, because it's all about lighting that spark inside you. Picture Richard Feynman, one of the greatest physicists ever, sitting in a cafeteria at Cornell University. He's young, brilliant, and totally bored. After his wife's death, physics had lost its magic. He was burned out, just going through the motions. Then, one day he notices a student tossing a plate in the air. It wobbles, and the Cornell logo on it wobbles even faster. It's a tiny, silly thing, but it hooks him. Why does it do that? He starts scribbling equations, not because it's important, but because it's fun. That playful curiosity pulls him back into his work, and guess what? It leads to a Nobel Prize in quantum electrodynamics. Feynman's story isn't just a cool anecdote, it's a clue. Play, it turns out, isn't a distraction, it's a superpower. Here's where it gets wild. Did you know rats can laugh? Scientists found this out by tickling them. Seriously, they used a paintbrush on their bellies and heard these little chirps of joy. The lead researcher, Jock Panksepp, discovered that play lights up the same primal parts of the brain in rats as it does in us, releasing dopamine, that feel-good hormone that keeps you hooked. Feynman's plate spinning and those giggling rats point to the same truth. When you bring play into what you do, you feel better, and that energy pushes you to do more. Nobel winners like James Watson and Francis Crick, who cracked DNA's structure, described their breakthrough as playing with molecular models. Even Alexander Fleming, the guy who discovered penicillin, called his work playing with microbes. Play isn't just for kids, it's how geniuses get stuff done. So how do you tap into this? One way is adventure. Imagine choosing your character, like in a video game. Ali used to be obsessed with World of Warcraft. He spent 184 days in that virtual world as Sephiroth, a badass blood elf warlock, slaying demons and taming dragons. It wasn't the quests that kept him hooked. It was the escapism, stepping into a persona that made everything more exciting. A psychologist named Stuart Brown interviewed thousands of people and found we all have play personalities, like the collector who loves gathering stuff, the storyteller who spins tales, or the explorer who chases new horizons. Pick yours, and suddenly a boring task, like writing a dull email, turns into a storytelling challenge or a treasure hunt. What's your character? Maybe you're a creator who could doodle your way through a spreadsheet. It's about reclaiming that kid-like sense of wonder. Another trick is finding the fun, even in the mundane. Ali shares a story from his med school days, dreading biochemistry revision after long hospital shifts. Then he rewatched Mary Poppins, the nanny with the flying umbrella. That song, A Spoonful of Sugar, hit him hard. In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun. He grabbed a Post-it, scribbled, "What would this look like if it were fun?" and stuck it on his monitor. Next day, he cranked up the Lord of the Rings soundtrack while studying. Suddenly, metabolic pathways felt epic. Later, on a geriatric ward, he turned a kitchen bowl into a speaker for the Pirates of the Caribbean score, and paperwork became a swashbuckling adventure. Ask yourself that question about something you hate doing. Could music, a friend, or a silly twist make it bearable? But play's got an enemy: stress. Those rat-tickling scientists tried another experiment, trapping rats under mesh for 30 minutes. Before, they were play fighting like champs. After, they just huddled, too stressed to move. Humans are the same. Stress kills our playful vibe. Ali points to a NASA engineer, Mark Robber, who tested this with a coding challenge. One group got a harsh, "you failed" message. Another saw failure as losing points in a game. The game group tried harder and succeeded more, 68% vs 52%. Reframing failure as no big deal lowers the stakes, letting play and creativity thrive. Ever notice how you freeze up when you're terrified of messing up? Flip that script and things get lighter. Now, let's shift gears to the second energizer: power. Think of Reed Hastings, co-founder of Netflix, back in 1998. He's pitching to sell his tiny startup to Blockbuster. Yep, the video rental giant, for $50 million. Blockbuster's CEO laughs him off. But Hastings and his team, like Patty McCord, had this crazy confidence in their vision. Freedom and responsibility could outpace rigid rules. That belief powered Netflix to where it is today, Blockbuster's long gone. Confidence isn't just swagger, it's fuel. Studies show self-talk, like telling yourself, "I can do this," boosts endurance, while watching someone ace a task, vicarious mastery, lifts your belief too. Ever tried hyping yourself up before a tough gig? It works. Power also comes from mastery. Ali recalls teaching Roman 4-line insertions as a med student. Watching pros made him think he could do it, then nailing it himself built real skill. Or take ownership. A Reddit user automated his job for 6 years, chilling while code did the work because he owned his process. Intrinsic motivation, doing something because it's yours, beats external rewards every time. Ever felt unstoppable when you're calling the shots? That's power in action. The third energizer is people. Ever met someone who just lights you up? That's relational energy. Ali describes working with Brian Eno and Andy Mackey, glam rock legends, whose vibe turned a studio into a scenius, a collective genius. Studies show syncing with others, like dancing or rowing together, sparks joy and motivation. Helping amps it up too. Benjamin Franklin asked rivals for favors, winning them over because people love feeling useful. And over-communicating, sharing wins and flops openly, builds trust. Next time you're stuck, call a friend or help someone out. It's like plugging into a human battery. Okay, that's Energize, play, power, people. It's the juice that gets you going. But what happens when you're stalled out? That's where Unblock comes in, tackling 3 big roadblocks: uncertainty, fear, and inertia. Let's zoom in on a couple that really pop. Uncertainty's a killer. Ever put off a task because you're not sure where to start? Ali felt that as a doctor, patients piling up, no clue how to prioritize. He digs into a German military tactic called Auftragstaktik, fancy word. Simple idea, focus on the why behind a mission, not just the how. Asking, "Why am I doing this?" cuts through the fog. Ali used the 5 whys trick. Keep asking why 5 times to dig deep. Try it. Why am I avoiding this report? Because it's boring. Why is it boring? Because I don't get it. Keep going and you'll hit clarity. Goals help too. Nice ones near, input-based, controllable, energizing, beat vague smart goals. Write 500 words feels better than finish the book. Fear's another beast. Picture volunteers facing a tarantula. Yep, a real spider. Those who labeled their feelings, "I'm nervous," handled it better than those who bottled up. Naming fear shrinks it. Ali calls it the emotion label. Then there's the Batman effect. Kids persevered longer on tasks when they pretended to be Batman. Ali channeled his inner superhero during ward chaos. Suddenly, he's not a frazzled doc. He's a caped crusader. And the spotlight effect. We overestimate how much others notice our screw-ups. Nobody cares as much as you think. Next time you're scared, label it, play a hero, and chill. Nobody's watching that hard. Inertia's the last blocker, just getting started. A Dutch study stuck veggies in shopping carts. People bought more because the friction was gone. Ali swears by the 5-minute rule. Commit to 5 minutes of a task, and momentum kicks in. Tracking progress, like author Brandon Sanderson with his word counts, keeps it rolling. Ever tried just starting something tiny? It's sneaky how it snowballs. The rest of Unblock is about action steps, like time blocking your day, and support like accountability buddies. It's practical stuff, but those 3: uncertainty, fear, inertia, are the heart of breaking free. You're moving now, but how do you keep it up? That's sustain. Sustain's about avoiding burnout, overexertion, depletion, misalignment. Let's linger on depletion because it's sneaky. You're not overworked, just drained. Ali suggests recharging 3 ways: creative, natural, mindless. Painting helped George W. Bush unwind after the presidency. Hobbies like that spark joy and focus. Nature's magic, too. Hospital patients with tree views healed faster. And mindless scrolling? It's fine if you plan it. Ali's Re-Eid-Off principle says switch off guilt-free for a bit. Ever tried a walk or a doodle break? It's like hitting reset. Conservation's about saying no. Steve Jobs cut projects to save Apple, and alignment ties your work to your values, like imagining your eulogy to focus on what matters. Together, they keep you going long-term. So here's the wrap. Feel-good productivity says feeling good isn't a bonus, it's the engine. Energize with play, power people. Unblock by tackling uncertainty, fear, inertia. Sustain through conserving, recharging, aligning. Ali went from that Christmas meltdown to a life he loves, YouTube, teaching, magic, because he stopped suffering for success. What's one thing you could make fun today? Maybe that's your first step to doing more of what matters to you.